Yo, check this out. This is Wayne Wonder, representing for Warieka LTV. You see the vision, don't it? See the vision. Warieka LTV. Keep it locked.
No, I'm gonna tell you. We, us as bloggers, these are the issues that we need to address. You understand what I said? You see? Set the path for the youth. Share, like, and subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. I don't know all this shit. Yes, I. Greetings once again in the mighty name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie first. And I think that's good. See? And I find a story. I'm come across a story a while back, you see it, but it slipped my mind. See it? But now I'm come back across it. I'm going to read it to the item. Now pay attention to the story and listen to the end. See? So that's we can examine it and get observation. There's two critical paragraphs in the story more want to pay attention to. See? First thing I want to say, welcome our viewers and subscribers. See, viewers, if you like the content, subscribe and help grow the thing. See? More bless. See? Now, you see the story, yeah? The caption say, Claudie Masop took away killer's gun, handed it in to cops. See? So we're going to read the story. It's kind of a bit longish. And you don't know me to read so well. So now watch me, help me do my maths and see if I can understand what I'm going. See? Alright. From in 1968, this is going on. See? Two brothers, Eddie Fraser and Jad Fraser, on a sultry night in August 1968, decided, along with other young men like themselves, to grab the money bag of a Kingston coconut vendor and flee into the mysterious darkness with it. The act, the brothers discovered later, was to shatter their life forever because both found themselves before the #1 Home Circuit Court charged with the gunslaying of Othniel Brown. According to vendors of 26 Stevens Street, Kingston 12, Brown was shot dead at the corner of Haywood Street and Rose Lane on the night of August 23, 1968. Justice Uriah Parnell passed sentence of death upon Eddie Fraser, 22, apprentice radio technician of 69 Pink Lane, Kingston, after he was convicted by a mixed jury. All right. So what we are going to do now, we are going to read a summation by the judge where from 1960, still identify with the youth them today. You know, see it. So we could get into that. After listening to the plea, the trial judge commented that there was plenty of evidence in the case about which had the jury taken a certain view. The accused would also have been convicted of murder. He went on. According to his evidence, this man, Brown, 29 years old, a Jamaican like yourself, trying to earn an honest bread at Haywood Street and Rose Lane, selling coconuts. Apparently, he did not have any skill, like many Jamaicans. So, at midnight, he is there trying to earn a bread. In cold blood, he is shot down and robbed with a gun that was found in your possession. And what is more, you were there egging on Eddie Fraser. As far as you are concerned, the jury said you were engaged in an unlawful act involving evidence. All right, I could stop this a little. See? All right, the judge said the gun was found in your possession. See, remember, the judge said the gun was found in your possession. We're going to discuss. We're not going to see how it was found in his possession later on in the text. As far as you are concerned, the jury said you were engaged in an unlawful act involving violence resulting in the death of this man. I am told you were being used as a tool or as a pawn. This is an argument that could be put up in any case where any young man like you is concerned. Sounds strange? Sounds familiar? I am also told that your mother is away and you did not get any chance in life. You did not get any guidance. Sounds familiar? This is an argument that could be put up for thousands of Jamaicans. But I know thousands who did not get any chance in the sense that they did not get much guidance at home. But nevertheless, they fought back, behaved themselves, and some are doing well in the country, men and women. What we are lacking in Jamaica today is strong discipline. I may be old-fashioned, but that is what I have been brought up on. But the young boys and girls of today decide to take charge of the country and do it their way. They get their guns and knives and walk about and terrorize people, shooting and killing. And when they come before the court and are convicted, their youth is urged as strong grounds for dealing leniently with them. Come like it's a yesterday case, this Rasta, this is on 1968. That's over 50 odd years ago, you know, man. Nearly 55 years ago, you know, Rasta. Box, yo, we could get on with it. As far as this case is concerned, I can see no grounds why I should not pass a solitary sentence on you. This man's life was snuffed out in a jiffy while you and other men were pursuing your wrong. You had a chance. Your papers were being processed for you to go to England. While it was being done, you did this act with this man. Whether what I have said is going to mean anything to you or not, I do not know. But the sentence of the court is that you be imprisoned and kept at hard labor for 12 years. The judge said he would recommend that Fraser serve his term in the young offenders section of the prison and, if possible, that he be taught a trade. The Crown's case was that on the night of August 23rd, 1968, Brown was gunned down at the corner of Haywood Street and Rose Lane in Kingston after he pursued a man who had grabbed his money bag. I'm sorry. Prosecution witnesses gave evidence that George Fraser was the man who grabbed Brown's money bag, and as Brown pursued him, he was shot by Eddie Fraser, who was defended by Maurice Ten and Dr. Adolph Edwards. Crown Counsel R.O.C. White and Raymond Alexander led evidence for the prosecution at the trial. A witness, Dolores Thomas, dressmaker, told the court that she was standing at the gate of 19 Rose Lane on the night of the incident when she heard an explosion. She said she saw the accused, George Fraser, whom she knew as Danny, running up Rose Lane, and behind him she saw two men whom she did not know. Sorry. Yeah. Whom she did not know. The witness said she saw a gun in Danny's left hand and a cap in his right hand. She said Danny was running from the direction of Haywood Street. Thomas told the court that she had a boyfriend named Babsy. She did not know his correct name. Later that same night, she said she saw Danny at 9 Nelson Street. Cross-examined by 10, Thomas said Babsy had not been her boyfriend for a long time. She said she knew Mas Boyd, who was also her boyfriend. She had been waiting for Mas Boyd at 19 Rose Lane on the night in question. She further said that she knew Chacamo Lawn and had been there twice, but she never saw George Fraser there. She did not know Aston Young, neither did she knew Harvey Reid nor Raymond Boucher. Thomas said she slept at 9 Nelson Street that night. There she saw Danny come into Babsy's room with a box of chicken and a bottle of beer. she did not see him with any gun then or the cap. Danny, she told the court, did not speak to her although she was in the room. She said he slept there that night. Detective Acting Corporal Charles Morrison of the Denham Town CID testified that on Sunday, August 25th, 1968, listen to this part here, you know. About 6:15 p.m., Claudius Masop, reputed Tivoli Garden strongman, now deceased, brought a .32 automatic pistol to him at the station. It was loaded with one bullet. On August 29, Morrison gave the gun to Constable Lindsay. This statement alone would get me off of that case here, because it's conflicting, but maybe not still. And then again, given the era and them things, that this would have been obviously overlooked in a lot of so many ways. But Masop gave the gun to the officer, went to the police station according to the police's testimony. Masop brought a .302 pistol to him at the station. It was loaded with one bullet. On August 29, Morrison gave the gun to Constable Lindsay. Detective Morrison said that on Tuesday, August 27, he went in search of George Fraser. He returned to the station and saw him and told him of his mission. Fraser said he did not know about the killing. He denied going to the dance hall with Eddie Fraser on the night of the murder. So, like, Masop them decide to say he that killing that scene, solve the case to the police them, turn over the murder weapon and the murderer them to the police. You know, see, that go on, so. See, but the police mess up his statement in a whole heap of way. See? Alright. George Fraser also said that the day after the murder, about 12:30 a.m., he did not run up Rose Lane with a gun in his hand. On the night of the murder, he stated that he went with Peelhead Aston Young to his girlfriend at Young Street. He left Young and was walking up Rose Lane when he heard a gunshot. Continuing his evidence, the detective told the court that George said he ran and saw Eddie Fraser running behind him. Every corner he took, according to him, Eddie followed him until he reached North Street. George Fraser told him that when he woke up the following morning, he heard that a man got shot. On September the 8th, 1968, at 5:30 a.m., detective gave an account of going to Eddie Fraser's home where he said he told him of his mission. Eddie Fraser denied knowledge of the incident. The witness took the accused to the station, and Eddie Fraser said he was not at the dance hall with Danny on the Friday night of the murder. Eddie Fraser told him also that on the night of the killing, he was at Pink Lane and Percy Street when the Bory boys ran him off the street. He went to his bed at 10 p.m. The detective said he arrested Aston Young and charged him with murder and robbery with aggravation. He subsequently arrested Danny and Warrants and charged him with murder and robbery with aggravation. Detective Morrison said that 6 people were arrested, but only 3 were arrested by him and charged in connection with the death of Otney Brown. Dr. Noel Marsh, government pathologist, gave evidence of performing a postmortem on the body of Brown on August 28, 1968, and he told the court of his findings. Claudius Masop told the court that, alright, now, I'm going to read this too, and I'm going to go into my opinion after. See it, but I don't know. I read the part about Masop's action, Masop's role in solving this case, you know. See? Alright. Claudius Masop told the court that on August, Claudius Masop told a witness in a murder trial, a prosecution witness. Claudius Masop was a prosecution witness in a murder trial, and this is his evidence. See? And this was during his tenure as a Don for Tivoli Gardens. See? Claudius Masop told the court that on August 25, 1968, he was on Beeson Street in Kingston when he saw George Fraser, whom he knew as Danny, and a fellow named Keith. He said he saw Danny with a gun and he took the gun away. While going west on Beeson Street, Masop told the court that he saw Detective Morrison and he handed the gun to him. You understand? Masop handed the gun to, according to Masop's statement, then after him give Morrison the gun on Beeston Street, but Morrison said Masop carried the gun come at the station, come give it the first statement. So that would be my getaway card, not my defense, somewhat, or should have been. But again, we not justify or defend any petty criminal. Yeah, so you see it. We actually we actually see what I go on with Masop. Yes, seeing? Alright, so them say that he did not take away. Alright. On Beeson Street, Danny with a gun, and he took the gun away. While going west on Beeson Street, Masop told the court that he saw Detective Morrison and he handed the gun to him. The gun in court, said the witness, resembled the gun he took away from Danny. The witness admitted that he, Masop, had previously been convicted for perjury. It was suggested to the witness by Miss Thompson, counsel for George Fraser, that he did not take away the gun, but that it was Danny who had given it to him. But the witness said that was not so. Constable Lloyd Lindsay of the man. Masop here said they murder the jelly youth, man, and I hunt for them. Go for them, man, and take away the gun and tell them so. Turn in them like a petty thief self. You know, see it, and that them have to go do. And Masop carry the gun and give the police, which was evidence, you know, case solved. You see it. Police now have to do nothing in that case there. You know, see, different principle, different era. You know, see, they have standards so man used to live by. See it, ample evidence. Big top man Masop what we hear about, we used to run Tivoli Garden. You know, see it, when it comes to certain level the meaning of, you know, see it, you know. But the law deal with it. Cause some boy blood by your gun, you know, it's just another crisis where you will see him one end up go run wanted for some stupidity and them things. So Masop there, so make a calculative leadership move and so rather than have the headache of this, we just make the police deal with it. You see, that's Masop's way of dealing with it, which I'm a knock it. You know, see it. So Constable Lloyd Lindsay of Denhamtown Police CID told the court on Wednesday, 24, 1968, about 1:30 a.m. he received a telephone message as a result of which he went to Haywood Street and Rose Lane. He said he saw Julius Vassell, who told him something, as a result of which he, Lindsay, went to Kingston Public Hospital. On August 28th, Lindsay said he attended a post-mortem on the body of Brown carried out by Dr. Noel Marsh, and the body was identified by Lonnie Eldamere. Lindsay told of handing over to the government pathologist the clothes of deceased, and subsequently he said he took the gun and cartridges in court to the ballistic expert Jack Morris. Cross-examined by Attorney Ten, the witness said he had arrested John Graham and Harvey Reid in connection with the same murder. He said that 5 people in all had been arrested for the murder. In reply to the judge, the witness said that 3 of those arrested were discharged at the preliminary inquiry. The witness said he saw George Fraser at the Denhamtown Police Station on August 27, about half an hour after he had arrested Graham and Reid. The next time he saw George Fraser was at the Richmond Police Station. Ten submitted that Jack Morris, who was called to testify at the trial, should have not been because he was not called at the preliminary inquiry. According to Ten, the mere fact that the witness lived abroad did not make his evidence unavailable within the meaning of the law, because in such a case either the court or the defense or the inquiring magistrate could ask for the adjournment of the inquiry so that the witness resident abroad could attend court at a different date and at a time convenient to the inquiry. Mr. Justice Parnell, without calling on the Crown, ruled that once the prosecution had given notice of intention to adduce additional evidence at the circuit court trial, that evidence was admissible and Morris was invited to take the witness stand. Examined by Crown Counsel White, the witness said he was employed to the government of Jamaica as a ballistics expert. On August 29, 1968, he said he received from Constable Lindsay some sealed containers with one 9mm Browning semi-automatic pistol, number 568614, and 1.32 caliber unextended cartridge that was still in the clip, and 1.380 caliber copper jacketed bullet. The nose of the bullet, said the witness, was slightly deformed. He identified the article. Morris said he made certain tests and came to the conclusion that the pistol in court fired the deformed bullet. The witness, in reply to question, outlined the various institutions in which he gained his experience and said he based his opinion on bullets in his possession which were fired by him from the pistol in court. In a sworn statement from the dock, Eddie Fraser, in his defense, told the court that on the night in question he went to a dance with his girlfriend, and after leaving the dance they went to bed. He said he did not hold up anyone and did not fire any gun. Judge Fraser, also in an unsworn statement from the dock, said he knew nothing about the charge. The case lasted all week, and following the judge's summing up, the jury retired for about half an hour and returned with a unanimous verdict in respect of each accused. Scene. So, you see that now? Evidence say, you see, at step as a whole, them used to have standards. A crime, in the criminal activities that they perform as well. You see it, and nobody feel like say you can come perform any crime and run, come amongst them and get sanctuary. Like say, that's acceptable. You understand me? No. That I let down the grain. You know, see it. And in this case, it cost the man them a gun because Masop did have to go turn in that gun there to the police officer them. You know, see, even though it come like I never filmed gun originally, because obviously them little youths look like them just have a gun around there, so I swing around the car and I run up and down. And I do them little thing, you know, until they end up shoot a man, fatality, and, you know, shit hit the fan. You know, see it? So, we are showing us I saw them thing they go because them thing Masop's role in that has never been spoken of in history as in a defamatory way. Like, so, well then, Masop are informer. Even though we know some Masop get murdered to a certain degree, nobody has ever accredited his character with that as any farmer for motive for him killing. Say, like say my informer, we can't do that to the youth and things like that, or the youth, man. No. Seeing still different things. It was still held to high esteems and had his respect intact. You know, see it, even up until him death. See, but it's evident and it's written in court documents. You know, see, Claudie Masop took away killer's gun, handed it to the cops. You know, see, from what I gather, given the code of the street, the rules of the street and how things operate, obviously, you rob a little cane man, a little street vendor like that. Seeing, you'll find, say, the community will turn out against you. Back in them days there. Seeing, you hurt certain people was off limits. Seeing, and if you pull off them crime, no matter who you is, you can't run, you can't hide. You know, see, because hotter step. A step after you too. And not just police are come after you. You know, see it. And you see, this case was a hard case for solve. See, because I want to say if the police could have did pinpoint and establish who do the shooting here from before, Masop wouldn't have turned them in. See, the police just know say them run one to the Masop that tell them say yo, turn in on yourself, and them will just go in and whatever. But you see, in other cases, in order to prevent further repercussion and intrusion seen by the authorities. Seen, Worse, you broke a standard rule where it's set and put on there from day one. See? You get turned out. See? But you see, if it was a case like say the authorities, people see who and know who and everybody and it up on the streets that them boy I do it, most likely I push, Masop them push them out themselves, you know, mean take them 3 points themselves. Because it's already established that them and police are just don't say, yeah, that case solved, yeah, dirty boy them there. But it's like from my experience, a case like this was puzzling the police. You see it, and the man I needed to go in, go explain to the police what to do, what go on, so that them can take them eyes off of other people and stop terrorize the rest of man them where I enjoy themselves and a step at night time. Cause step I used to come by them jelly at night time and them piece of cane in a pass and go to probably hang out and stand up and talk little, and from this go on now the kind of cripple. You know, see it. And even though this would have been a minor inconvenience for a while, it's not acceptable. Man, them not accept it because the mere facts are well then you murder an innocent member of the community. You know me, I say that does not sit well with nobody in the community. You see, there was a unwritten rule. You see it, however widely understood. You see it. Certain people is off limits, certain crimes was off limits as well. Worse in your area. If you go to go do it and get caught, you bow and you lose your statement, your status. Because all kind of idiot crime then you keep up. You know what I say? So, you know, from my observation, somebody would have to come tell me or explain different how that case did go and what happened. Seeing, but from my estimation and from how we don't hear nothing about it, in regards to Masop, like there was no ill feelings or ill will against him amongst him compatriots. See? Because obviously a lot of people that say, oh, Masop ain't farmer, Masop can't go rare. But in this case, it's obvious that it wasn't so. Everybody accepted his actions. You know, see, because obviously them type of crime is not acceptable. Anyway, we give thanks. Share, like, and subscribe. And make sure you press the like button, you know. Else I forgot everything when I just say bye. I'm on it. Respect. Share, like, and subscribe. Rastafari.